Congratulations, Croix, on a wild performance. First of all, just I know they talked to you about it on the broadcast, having 3 assists in one game, being the first Spirit player to do that. You kind of reacted to it, but honestly, like, how do you feel that like you've already accomplished that? And like, how many games have you played so far? 6, 7?
Yeah. First, thank you. And honestly, I'm just out there doing me, just doing what I'm doing. When I have players that can score and make runs and movements, it's a lot easier to just put it where they need it, and they just finish it in the back of the net.
So I also wanted to talk to you about those through balls. We're seeing them a lot more now, a lot more frequently. You started out the season still having an impact, scoring goals and drawing penalties, but now we're starting to see you be able to get the ball behind the line and get chances for teammates. Is that just the result of you getting comfortable or with like the pace of play in the NWSL, comfortable with your teammates, or all of it?
I'd say all of it. A lot of what we practice, we're putting out on the field, and it's being executed a lot smoother now. So I'd say a mixture of everything.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ella, go ahead.
Hey, Croix, thanks for being here. So after Chicago scored that goal, what was kind of and obviously the Spirit's 2 goals follow after that, what was kind of the mindset to keep pushing even as the game entered, like the 80th minute and things were getting chippier and closer? What was kind of the team mindset that pushed for it to be able to score those 2 final goals and you guys to create that?
Yeah, 2-0 is very tricky in soccer, and 2-1 is even trickier. So once they scored, we were just kind of like, we need to score to give us more of a brace and also like not allow them to score to tie the game. But we just kept playing. We didn't really get scared, and once the chances were there, we executed them. And our players that came in off the bench, they did their role and did their job, as you could see with Britt scoring 2 goals.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any more questions before we go back to Andre? Peyton, go ahead.
Hey, Troy. Sorry. Congratulations on your game. I was wondering if you had any thoughts you wanted to share or comment on kind of the connection that you have with Brittany. We've seen you building this great connection with Ule and with Trin, but now we're getting to see like more dimensions of that. Would you say that that's more something that you guys are like working on these individual connections, or just kind of who you are as a player and your ability to connect with the people around you?
Thank you. I would say a mixture of both. I feel like I just naturally play well off of players and just see the game as it's going, but also within practice, like practice makes perfect. And I don't know, Britt just does a great job of whether she's starting or coming off the bench, just doing what she needs to do. So just seeing her make the runs, it makes it easier for me to slip it through. Excuse me.
Thank you.
And Andre finishes off.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I had one more question, more big picture, even though I do think it's hilarious that you just say like you just slip the ball through. Like it's a little bit more difficult, I would say. But I want to talk about the 2 games back to back. The game versus Orlando was a frustrating one. Obviously dealt with Barbara Banda and had that 3-2 loss and felt like you probably could have got more goals on the board to get points. So how important was it really to respond in this game, especially putting up 4 goals the way that you did to kind of make up for maybe some disappointment that was left over from that game?
Yeah, the Orlando game was an unfortunate loss. I feel like we definitely could have scored a lot more goals and won, but that game is behind us. We can't change anything that happened. So our next focus was Chicago, and I feel like we performed exactly how we wanted to and expected to against Chicago. We could have not have allowed the 2 goals that they scored, but putting up 4 was amazing. So it's a big response after a loss.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Congrats on the win and congrats on the 3 assists.
Thank you. Thank you all.